you were saying your appointment, you almost collapsed. One, because you had not met the president.
Yes, and I didn't expect that I would be a minister. All I expected was to be a member of parliament and really make noise about the insecurity that was happening between Pokot and Marakwet. And so my eyes were set on my agenda, not serving the government, but serving the people. And I was doing some exams which at Kenyatta University. So we were having lunch with my colleagues. Then I saw on TV that, oh, I've been made a minister. Wow. So I think I stopped now, and of course it took me some other days to come and finish my exams.
Nobody had ever spoken to you in between when you were elected as MP and this appointment. Nobody had asked you, nobody had talked to you about any possible appointment?
No. I mean, I didn't have the network. Are you forgetting that I was a village girl from Eldoret? I didn't have much network. And, you know, we did not have this kind of phones that we have right now where you can send WhatsApp or even text. I didn't have much network. Yes, the network that I had was just, as I said, Professor Wanjohi and the late Alex Mureithi. They actually trained us on how to win elections and how to evade also being arrested, that we must be wise all the time. I must say that he had a strong team. And if we needed publicity, of course, then the Right Honorable Raila Odinga came. And I still remember we had incidences. We were also stoned in a chopper when we were with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
This is not the first incident.
This is not the first incident. We were in Kapcherop. And of course, we were actually saved by Kimasop, the immediate former MD of KVDA, who seemed to know what was happening around so that we can take off on time. And just as we were taking off, then they were stoning us and we were going. So it's not an easy ride campaigning in the opposition. I'm just saying this because it's not easy. And as I said, most of my meetings were at night because I couldn't do them during the day, and it had to be at people's homes so that I am not disrupted by the chiefs, because that was a Kanu stronghold. But I had this faith because you knew that there are people who are caring about you in the party. I must say NAC was such a strong team, who really cared about winning the seats.
Winning the seats.
Yeah.
At KU, you're doing your exams, then pop. Lina Jebii Kilimo is now a minister.
Then I leave and then I come and become a minister, and later
How does your life change from that moment when you've been minister from KU?
It changed quite a lot because then I had to move house to get a bigger house, because now then you have this entourage with you, you have the security people, so you have to have somebody at your gate, you know, looking after you. Then all of a sudden, then you have drivers. This is now for the children. I think this is for what?
Did they come for you at KU?
No.
After the appointment?
No, I came.
Okay.
Yes.
You brought yourself?
Yes, I brought myself and reported to the, was it in Arambe House? Or yes, and reported in Arambe House. Then you're told where to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
At your swearing in is when you first meet the president?
Yes.
Face to face?
Yes.
What does he tell you? No,
we didn't talk.
You didn't talk?
No. Okay. You know, you're just lined up and you come and say, "So help me God." I was still afraid. But sincerely, that swearing, and I know I saw the next day in the newspaper, I was on the front page. I was praying. I may not have been seeing anybody around, but I was telling God, "You've brought me this far." To me, Ephesians 3:20 came into play, that he can do, God can do abundantly more than you expect. He did more than I expected. And so there, with the vision that I had for the people of Marakwet East, I was saying I am at the highest position in this country. I'm in State House, where all powers are. I'm asking God, "So help me. You've brought me up to here. Help me, God." And he helped me for 10 years. My mission for a peaceful coexistence between Pokot and Marakwet was there. My agenda to ensure that issues of female conversation to the conscience of people of the challenges that girls and women from FGM practicing communities go through, why transition rates are low in these communities. And so I feel I am really honored and grateful to God that at the crossroads, at the time when I needed to fulfill a desire in my life, I found my destiny connector in the name of President Mwai Kibaki.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. That's a very fantastic description of the president. But I'm still looking for when you meet him first, your first interaction with him now, person to person. Lina Jebii Kilimo, Mwai Kibaki. When does it happen?
Yes. When I had the opportunity to go and present the issues of Marakwet East constituency. Okay, so I got an appointment one-on-one to talk to him, because I felt that it just, when you sit in cabinet, you know, you feel there is that resonance. Somebody looks like just a father to you. And I really needed answers. I needed peace between Pokot and Marakwet. I needed him to understand why I looked for this parliamentary seat. So I got an opportunity to meet him one-on-one. And when we met the first time, I explained to him why I sought parliamentary seat, because I looked relatively young. So it's like also people are wondering why, you know, you're leaving your young children and coming here. And I told him where I come from. I come from a place called Embabut, and everybody knows about Embabut Forest, an area where it is, you cannot pass. There's a very forest we call Kakaya, where even if the roads that were made by some missionaries, vehicles would get stuck there, and we had no mode of transport. I told him my agenda is really to ensure the people of Marakwet East, especially the Tirap division, access hospital. I told him of my experience as I grew up, that I saw people being carried in makeshift stretchers because there's no vehicle. And at times they reach where the district headquarters is right now, the vehicle left in the morning, so somebody just dies on the way, and that along the way you will know that this place, so-and-so's life passed or died here because they couldn't go. And while I'm still sitting there describing the challenges of road network in Marakwet East constituency, I still remember that he pressed something like this, a phone, and while I'm still seated there, Mwiraria, the Minister for Finance, arrives. And he's told, enda sikia hii maneno ya huyu mtoto. And so from there we come out, and Mwiraria, and he says, okay, what are we supposed to do? We go and see what I'm talking about. So we went with the late Mwiraria to my constituency. The roads were not good. We reached a place called Tuturum. We could not move further than that now. So I'm telling him, this is the place where when people come, you cannot get any mode of vehicle. In the valley where I'm married, we have the army people. And I said, the valley people, if you are very sick, you can get the army lorry, which can go on rough road and take you to hospital. And the hospital then was Kapsawar Mission Hospital. So I'm so grateful that without money being allocated in the budget, whatever savings Mwiraria was able to get, they made a road. It was a class D road, but they put tarmac to come just from Embabut to reach Kapsawar Hospital. I know that at times people from my region wondered why I took tarmac and jumped up to Marakwet East, leaving Keyo North, Marakwet West without tarmac. And
they say, Kwanza, you are a minister.
Yes. So people thought that I was being selfish, but to me, it was about the people of Tirap Division accessing hospital care at Kapsawar Mission Hospital, because it was just brought up to Kapsawar, that tarmac. And that was the end, just to ensure. So he cared for the people of Marakwet. His other manifesto, which I saw, was about the Embabut Forest Squatters. The Embabut Forest Squatters was part of his agenda also, which later on he also allowed us to get a census of all the people who are in the forest, and they allocated us to buy land. By that time, I was on my second term, and Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga was in charge of government work, and especially the issues of the forest squatters. The Grand Coalition. Yeah. So despite us now being from opposite camps, we were able to talk. I took the list of the people from Embabut Forest. They were put in glades, holding grounds. The government bought land for them, the first land at Kipkabus, which later on we were not able to settle the people there because people said, oh, Marakwets have got guns, so they should not come. So it was given to other squatters. And later on, money was allocated to relocate them and buy land for them. Unfortunately, his tenure ended, and also mine ended, and the people were never resettled.
All right.